Hi, I'm Tegan Graham, a.k.a. The Better Graham, and this is the DU Football Show.
What I told you in sound check, the fuck with me bit, that is it right there.
Right.
That's it.
No shit.
What she did right as she hit the fucking button is exactly what she fucking does the entire time she's had a bad day. She's like, my day's bad. I'm not going to be mean to Sam. I'm just going to fuck with him constantly over and over again. Mm-hmm. Start the fucking show.
Missed the punch.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Stump of a lord. Looks great in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
Whore. Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show, a completely biased recap of the English Premier League as told by two common American schmucks. I am your host, Sam Houston, and across the way from me, he grown ass now, my co-host, Mr. Samuel Graham. How you doing over there, buddy?
Not doing too bad, thank you. I do, since it was on the stream, might as well say it. I do want to thank everyone that was involved keeping their fucking mouth shut and doing things and hauling things and getting everything there and done. So thank you very much for all your help, and thank you to my beautiful wife.
It was a great party.
Thanks to my mother for putting up with me that morning.
You unappreciative fucking spoiled brat. You know what? She's sitting there thinking, my baby boy is 40 years old. He's a man now, blah, blah, blah. And then you proceed to act like probably the 12-year-old brat you were. And she's like,
fuck me.
There's that little fucker. We're recorded at the DU Public House just outside the nation's capital. You can check us out wherever you get your podcasts. And, of course, streaming live every single Monday night. Should you want to chat with us, there is many ways that you can. Mr. Graham, tell the good people how they can get in touch.
Absolutely. It's at DU Football Show on all the social media. And dufootballshow@gmail.com to get in touch via email.
Or if they just want to wish you a fucking happy birthday, they send a fucking package to us all the way from Kansas. So, Mr.
God.
Graham, you have a birthday present from Taylor there.
I can't believe this.
Yeah?
I thought it was over.
Did you read what did the front say there? The other way. I know it says care of the DU Public House, but I think it said like the old man or something.
Old man Graham.
Old man Graham.
That's
there
what my
go.
wife calls me.
Old man Graham. Well, the gray's starting to settle in there, you know.
Oh, shit. I forgot
There might be a card in there, too, to read. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember all the instructions that came with it.
I forgot to tell you one more thing that happened.
Okay. Well, let's do this first, and then you can tell me what happened. Okay. What do we got? Talk to us. What does it say?
Have a shit football take. Say it with an autogram. Happy 40th.
Oh, my God. An autogram. Fucking brilliant. All right. There he is. He's unwrapping it now as we speak, everybody. And,
I think I might have a feeling of what this is.
Let him pull this out here. It is... What all does it say, Mr. Graham? Silence is not golden in the
sorry,
internet?
it was something from the company.
Okay. What do we got?
It's a notebook of an otter where it's raining. Made from it's called it's the Ellie Poo Journal, and it's made from handmade recycled paper.
Very good. So now you have your own Ottergram life journaling you can do.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Love this.
Thank you very much.
How long until one of your daughters take it?
Right. Well, as soon as I walk in the door, I'm sure.
Right. Exactly.
Well, in the morning when they wake up, but yeah.
And should somebody want to get this show commercial free or help support the show, how do they go about doing that, Mr. Graham?
It's patreon.com/DU Football Show. Sign up to that $5 tier. You'll get this ad free, as Sam says, as well as the extra content we do, which is a preview show and a sound check. So make sure you check that stuff out because it's all quite funny.
And if you are local to the Baltimore area and have no particular plans for the final game of the season on Sunday, when all of them play at one time,
Just take 97 south.
Yeah. Actually, you'd be taking 97 north over to 100, or actually to the Beltway, and then down 195 to the Guinness Open Gate Brewery.
Oh, I forgot that's where it was. Yeah. I forgot that's where it was.
For the Mobtown Magpies hosting the Newcastle team. Some of the people are coming over. Some of their marketing people are coming over to celebrate the final week of the season. And while you're there, check out the DU football show doing a live show for the final game of the season.
I've yet to clear that.
All right, well, it'll at least beat my fucking ass, okay?
Yeah.
I'll at least be talking in a microphone. But come check us out to see that as well. We'll put details up in the Drunk United FC group. We will also I'll put out a quick message on the Tiki Takis on Friday to kind of let everybody know what is going on.
Yeah, it'll be a good time regardless of whether or not I'm there. But Rob and I were talking, and we may just want to be together.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
Cuddle and cry.
You and Big Bobby to plug. I get it. Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry and both have a deep, passionate love for all things distilled spirits. So is the red-blooded Americans we are. We vow to have a drink in our hand throughout this show and every single show. Mr. Graham, the Whiskey Advocate Top 20 list is over.
Yes.
So we have a time-honored tradition we like to do for the last couple of weeks of the season. Mm-hmm. And it's something we do in our personal lives as well because we get tired of drinking all the whiskey over the winter. So the minute it starts to get warm, we do what, Mr. Graham?
We call it the Gin Binge.
Gin Binge! It is when we just drink a fuck ton of gin and tonics because we love gin and tonics.
Yes,
all of us on the show here.
Very refreshing and glorious.
Yes.
This one comes to you from Hendrick's. It's their newest release. This is now going to be part of their core line. After I did the pre-sale for it, I lost the brand, so I didn't get paid on any of it.
Oh, that blows.
Fucking brilliant. But it stayed in my company, so I got to watch a lot of my friends make a bunch of money and then rub it in my face.
Oh, you know.
I like to call it very affectionately the DJ Khaled Hendricks because it's just known as another Hendricks.
Yes, it is.
Literally, you can see that on the label.
Mm-hmm. It says another.
So it is 88 proof, just like the original, but the botanicals are a touch different. So it's the same distillate again as usual, but this one gives you orange blossom and cacao, which gives you a little bit of a creamier mouthfeel, and then the orange blossom just adds a bit of freshness.
It's big citrusy.
Yeah, it is fucking delicious. Yeah. I love this gin. I wish I still sold it. I would have drank the rest of this if I knew we weren't going to do it on this show.
Yeah, right.
Already, and then pulled another sample. We get it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it also helped with the last thing that happened, by the way. Mm-hmm. And the last thing that happened was this morning. I thought everything was done. I thought the emotions were starting to calm down. I was just driving Cameron to school going, man, what a great weekend. Mm-hmm. What a great few weeks. And I had the London trip. I had the, blah, blah, blah. The golf with the boys. What a fucking 2 weeks this was. This is wild. I walk into Cameron's school. They're hanging up the graduation photos. It's the best picture she's ever taken in her life. And I burst into tears immediately.
You're like, oh, she finally took a good picture and didn't disrespect me.
Cried all the way to the first account.
Of course you did, you little sobby girl.
Ridiculous.
Also, a sobby girl would be someone who had 2 weeks of their fucking 40th birthday.
That was only because that's the game Rob and I thought we were going to be able to get tickets to. So the trip happened to be 2 weeks ago. That's the only reason it lasted this long.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Okay.
And the rep trip is something I don't control. Garrett plans that.
You're 40 now. Let's stop that shit, okay? You can act like a man.
Okay. There we go.
Well, let's have a good show, Mr. Graham.
Get fucked.
Uh-huh. All right. We actually start with the battle for Europe, as the spots have a ton of teams separated by just a few points, and it's a bunch of clubs we aren't used to seeing there. Sunderland 3, Everton 1, Brentford 2, Palace 2, Leeds 1, Brighton 0. Don't look now, the Black Cats are even in the fucking hunt for the final spot in Europe.
Absolutely.
Like, it's insane.
It is.
There are 4 or 5 clubs on 49 points going basically from 9th to 13th. Yeah, it's 5. So 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. Yeah, 5 fucking clubs on 49 points.
Yep. It's absolutely wild. The first half, though, could have clawed my eyes out.
It was
you could tell it was two teams that didn't expect to be here that are a bit nervous to be here. if that makes any sense. It was very tetchy. That is until, of course, Roll's deflected effort found its way to the back of the net just before halftime.
Still a good effort from him. Like, it was a good
Yeah,
run
it was a good
in
strike.
and everything.
Yep.
And, I could say the biggest thing I noticed about all of it is Everton looked tired. Even Glasner said it in the 2-2 draw. He was like, you would have thought, Everton was the team that played in the midweek, not us.
Right.
He made that pot shot at him, and it's true. It's what we know of a David Moyes side. He doesn't like to make subs. He tends to
doesn't
ride
like to rotate very much.
He rides his horses very hard. He's not one to put out the young guys. Like, there's things that Moyes is going to do. That's how he coaches a fucking club. But also, we're in the position that we're in because that's the way Moyes coaches a fucking club.
Correct.
So both of those things can be the same. It's 4 goals, but honestly sloppy and a lot of missed chances.
There were a ton of missed chances in this
Especially
game.
Everton could have put this to bed multiple times.
I mean, Dewsbury Hall, Beto, there's a fair few that had good opportunities that just could not get the shit done.
And Everton gives away another lead, which they've done now since that Chelsea win. They haven't won a game, and they've given away leads in every fucking one of them. If it was a draw or a loss, they even lost it late. They lost points late. At least this time they didn't lose points late. They just lost it before the game was even over.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was just not a very good game. Now,
but then also it was so Brian Brobby. I mean, trademark strength.
Yeah.
What he's done all season, just bullying even the likes of Tarkovsky.
That's what was so impressive. It's like, that ain't somebody you bully. Like, you don't bully Tarkovsky.
It's not even just the strength and balance and all of those sorts of things, right? And which are evident and have been evident all season. It's in the middle of that battle, being able to find the composure for a decent little finish.
Well,
and he's done that multiple times this season. He to me is one of the more complete forwards in the bottom half of the table or the middle of the table.
Yeah. I
think he's going to find a move to a very big club.
I don't disagree. The other thing with him, though, too, is you're facing Tarkovsky. That means you've been beaten up for the first 45, someone in your ear yapping at you. The person that gives you a little bit of a harder push is if he's getting, called for a foul, he makes sure you're eating dirt when he puts that foul on you. Like, he's just one of those kind of center backs that really will beat the shit out of you in a game.
100%.
And then you still find a way to muscle him off the ball, put it in the back of the fucking net.
Yeah.
Like,
against England's number one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
As well,
yeah, exactly. Right? Now I will say yet again, and this is the stubbornness of Moyes, is he keeps playing Keane and Tarkovsky, and I would say, remember the last game Branthwaite was healthy for was the Chelsea win. You can't have two old veteran slow ass center backs playing together. Like,
and they are quite slow.
And you could just see like that Holland goal from the City match, that second, like, they just get beat like that. And that's where you go, come on, Moise, you got to make some fucking changes.
Well, and that was sort of evident in the second goal, right? Where now part of me feels like Everton overplayed it defensively.
They did.
Because
it was the mistake from
each Sunderland player that received the ball looked like they were surprised to have the ball.
Yeah.
And passed the buck because they were so open they didn't know what to do. While an Everton defender was sliding past them for no reason.
And Enzo Lefebvre was way too open there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but so was the initial recipient of the ball, who passed it back to whoever that was, who then squared it. All of these touches happened from the edge of the 6 to the penalty spot.
Right.
Where were the closing defenders? They were sliding by, trying too hard.
Yeah. So, and then what the fuck's the fucking Spider-Man mask celebration from Enzo Lefebvre?
I don't know what that.
He went into the crowd. He got a black, like the Venom mask, put it on his face, got down at the corner flag, and went.
I don't know. Maybe he's a sick kid at a hospital that he visited that asked him to do it. Maybe it was it could be any number of things. Some of those, especially if it's not a trademark celebration and they do something a little different, it'll be like a Make-A-Wish kid they had to go meet.
Yeah.
that they promised they do this celebration or something, or maybe its own kids. Who knows? There could be any. Maybe Marvel. There's about to be a movie dropped,
right?
And they, said, "I'll give you £10,000, whoever does this." And there's 6 players across the league that have masks stashed.
So
you never know.
Everton likely out on goal differential. They're a little too far back for the goal differential scenario. Same probably applies for Sunderland as well. It's like we'll get to it. Brentford's really got to drop the ball to not.
Yeah.
They it's going to be probably
the way they looked in their match.
Them or Chelsea. But for me, and I'm going to save my thoughts on all this, I think, for the live show, because we're not going to be necessarily talking about each of the games. We're going to be kind of probably talking more about clubs and what to expect of their future and all that kind of shit. Is Everton supporters that I've been listening to all day on podcast. Stop acting like fucking West Ham supporters about David Moyes. You're really fucking annoying me. There's a lot he needs to improve upon, and there's a lot our club need to improve upon, but stop yelling fucking Moyes out. Fucking stop. Fucking stop it.
There you go. One thing I want to mention here very quickly, and it's a bit of a sad one. Last home game in Seamus Coleman's career, Moyes brings him on. Fair dues to get his round of applause. He's only on the pitch for about 7-8 minutes, and 2 minutes into that, completely misjudges a cross, leaves it for Pickford. Pickford wasn't coming.
Right.
And it was a pretty big mistake from a very experienced right back to not deal with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's ever going to take away his legend status. But you could visibly see the rust.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it was a little sad for his final home game to end in that fashion on a mistake on his back. But everyone still, both sets of supporters, still cheered him.
Yeah. Clarification, he is not retiring. There's some people think he is retiring. He is just not playing for the club next year. So I think he wants to go back to Ireland and play for Sligo Rovers one last season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he's also he's still on the fucking Irish team. He's still captain of that fucking team.
Judging on that, he shouldn't do. He should retire.
Right. But and then the other thing is the other bullshit that I've been listening to constantly is you said it. You said exactly the word that he is. He's a fucking club legend.
100%. He held the club together when it was a piece of shit.
Thank you. And that is where people are like, well, he didn't win anything. How can you be a legend unless you won a trophy? I don't know. He kept the second longest franchise to stay in the top flight in the top flight. As wearing that armband, you have to keep that locker room together. You have to fucking motivate people to give a shit. And he did. And period, end of discussion. Motherfucker's a legend. Motherfucker's a legend. Stop it. Fucking again.
Right.
Fucking fucking. And I don't give a shit if any Brits are listening. You all are fucking so goddamn delusional at sometimes.
Exactly.
And you're so fucking just arrogant and think that the minute things are good, you're supposed to be fucking hoisting fucking titles, and that if anyone did anything that wasn't anything less than giving you everything, they're not good enough.
They're not good enough for you. That's exactly right.
Assholes.
And that's the bullshit that I don't like.
Your Sunday league at best. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It's fine to be critical of a player's effort or play. There is nothing to comment on this guy.
Except that final.
Yes. He's long in the tooth. When he was playing regularly, there ain't a goddamn thing you could say about him.
He was awesome. He was somebody I totally admired. Absolutely. 100%.
He's absolutely
I'm just poking you a little bit
I know. I don't care about that. I don't give a shit.
But nah, he's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Did Vinnie Jones ever win anything?
Right.
Shut the fuck up.
Vinnie Jones is a fucking legend.
Right. Did Jermaine Defoe ever win anything?
Nah,
he's a legend at 3 clubs.
Yeah, he's a fucking legend. It's what he is.
Shut up.
Be careful poking him. He'll do a whole opening about you.
I've just done that before, too.
I'm a little raw. You guys have all been poking me today, apparently.
I'm the one that got the bad massage.
Except for, you know what, my job, they actually appreciated me. How about that for once? Your work actually appreciates the work you did.
I still haven't experienced that.
For Palace being tired, they sure have had some exciting matches over the past fucking multiple weeks.
Yeah, they have. They've gotten a few people back. I mean, you remember Munoz was out for a while. Now he's had 4 or 5 in a row, but he had the best engine in the league, so he was out. injured and then had to train a
Right.
bit to get back, but he, should be relatively fresh.
Right.
Considering the amount of running he was doing in the first half of the season before the injury. Mateta, who was out for a long time, who's now sharing time
Right.
With Brennan Johnson, with, Sarr always plays, and then Strand Larson
up top.
So now they've been able to rotate a little bit. They're all a little bit fresher
Yeah.
than they have been.
Right.
But I think this was their last tune-up. I'm hoping this was their last tune-up before next Wednesday's
Right.
final.
Right.
The difference between us and them in this scenario, right? And they don't have anything to play for. This is unfortunate for Brentford that they were on the receiving end of this,
Right.
And dropping points because they were poised to guarantee the European spot.
Yes,
right?
they were.
But our finals 6 days after Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Their finals 3 days after Sunday.
Yeah.
They play Wednesday, and they play in Germany, right? We play, I don't remember, Budapest. So we have a longer journey.
But it's on the 30th.
But it's on the 30th, the Saturday. So we have more time to rest, which means we can leave our stars in longer. I imagine they start the game with a weakened squad, and then they bring in their top boys for 20 minutes at the end of the game
to get the legs
loose and to fight. Anyway, that's more for the preview show, but I had to say it. I think this is why it's very exciting. But the point stands that I think this was their final tune-up because they played their guys for a majority of the game here.
And they had the lead twice.
Exactly.
The Bees had to claw back. Now, Thiago with a brace, so continuing his goal-scoring run. But for the Bees, they've been on a slide, right?
But they were also just uncharacteristically, and especially in the first 15 minutes, uncharacteristically completely discombobulated.
Mm-hmm.
They looked like we saw them the first week or two of the season when you were telling me, "See, told you."
Yeah, they're going down.
They were all over the place defensively.
Yeah.
It was horrible. But as they kind of breathed for a minute. And Thiago, it was Ouattara that got the break.
Ouattara, sorry, my apologies.
And one of them, I think it was Tyreek Mitchell, just headed the ball off of his face.
Yeah.
Tried a defensive header downward towards the middle of the goal. Ouattara was stealing in, and the ball just hit him in the face.
In the face!
And found the far right corner.
Yeah. So this ends in a draw, and we're going to talk about all the teams here at the end of Leeds Brighton because there's not a lot to really talk about on Leeds Brighton. But the big one here, and this is more on an international level, Chris Richards leaves the match injured, and they've had to switch to a 3-man back system without Gueye. They've had is it Carval that's been playing? That's Candoval, something like that. Who was young, very young.
Yeah.
With LaCroix and Richards.
Yeah.
If they have to go to a 4, that then means Munoz and Mitchell are back more, which means they don't get up the pitch as much as they normally do because in that team.
The crux is the wingbacks.
Unless Lerma is playing in the midfield, if it's Wharton and Kamada, those two are not very good defensive midfielders. They're, in fact, very bad defensive midfielders.
Adam Wharton, I think, does everything pretty well.
But he's not a great defender.
I'm just saying he's not world-class at any one thing.
So the way you beat that team and the way teams have beaten them all season is you dominate their midfield and
play through the middle.
Push them back. But with that 3-back system, normally Mitchell and Munoz
cover up a lot of that defensive frailty.
To blast up the pitch. They're able to get back. If you're suddenly going to a 4, only one of them can go because you've got to kind of always keep 3 back.
Yeah.
Especially if your 2 holding midfielders aren't an Idrissa Gana type, right? Aren't a Zubamende type that can hold on to the ball, or a Declan Rice type of guy who could do anything.
Who could just run for 7 miles until you tire out.
Precisely. Yeah. They don't have those guys.
Right.
So losing Richards is massive for them, insanely massive for the United States.
Absolutely.
I mean, that is probably behind McKinney and Pulisic.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Probably the third name
most
on
important.
the team. He's an automatic on the team sheet.
I think Anthony Robinson, when he's fit, is the same on the left-hand side as well.
I mean, that is
huge deal.
So hopefully he's okay, but he came off limping, and that is not good.
But so after you kicked him in the balls, we should mention that Adam Morton scored his first goal for the club in
Yeah, he
94
did.
appearances with his
know.
mother in the stands, and then got serenaded by the Palace supporters.
I love it. He's
So
a shit defender. He's a
now that
very-
he's got, hopefully he enjoys that sentence while he has ice on his balls from you.
Yeah, great,
Dickhead.
great controller, great ball handler, great passer, shit defender. So all the Seagulls had to do was not fucking lose. A draw was now they're guaranteed Europe. The worst they could do is finish in 8th, right? So
Okay.
they're guaranteed Europe. But all they had to do is not lose. And what happens?
Making my way downtown, walking fast. I am
Leeds.
legal. Go fuck yourself.
Or I am Calvert Lewin. Go fuck yourself.
Well, basically nothing.
Oh, it was a dog shit
Happened.
match. It was such a dull match. Calvert Lewin scored at the death. That's your match.
Well, Brighton were trying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they had 2/3 of the ball. They peppered Darlow's goal with 8 saves. And anyone that knows me knows I'm not a Carl Darlow fan.
No, you're not.
He pulled off 2 spectacular saves in this game. But it ultimately ended up being a Brighton mistake. It was a short back pass. Calvert-Lewin now had to read that and was on his horse early. But Jean-Paul Van Hecke, I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know if it was just mishit, if he completely just misjudged it, and
Right.
that's what he meant to do and fucked up, if he didn't see Calvert-Lewin. But he was able to steal in front of Lewis Dunk, who's aging, as well as having the fire in his belly to try to be one of the backup strikers to Harry Kane at the World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Given the season he's had.
He's had a good enough season, and he was on the England national squad before at a World Cup.
And kind of emerges between the goalkeeper and Lewis Dunk with the ball, took 2 touches to get into the box to give himself an angle, and fired it before the other covering defender was able to get a tackle in.
Yep.
And once snatched victory from the claws of draw.
Yeah.
Snatched victory from the claws of mediocrity, I guess you'd
You
say.
can say the following. Farke has his boys fired up. They're going to fucking finish out this season. That is not good news for fucking West Ham. Of course, we'll get on to West Ham in Oso, but like they're going to have their fucking hands full. The Leeds are not just walking away.
Absolutely.
They're not on the beach. He's got them playing well.
100%.
So here's where we stand. Bournemouth is in 6th. They are in Europe, but they obviously are hoping to stay in 6th because in all likelihood, 6th, as long as Villa does their job on Wednesday, which I think everybody thinks they will.
And stays in 5th place.
Right. Well, no, that's right. If they're in 4th, then it isn't the case. And they're with them, I think they're in 4th. I think they're going to stay there too.
I think.
Well, it depends. They could lose if they lose to City and Villa beat Brentford, then they would finish in 5th.
Let's see, I'll pull it up right now.
So
We got the old table
But
happening.
you got that. You got Brighton in 7th. You got Brentford in 8th. So Bournemouth and Brighton will be in European spots. They will be. They're good. The worst either one of them do is finish in 8th. Brentford's the one that could fall out, right? And just behind them, you have Sunderland, Chelsea, Fulham, and Everton, all just behind them.
So Villa are guaranteed. No, if Bournemouth win both games and Villa lose both games, Villa drop down to the Europa League. But if they win the Europa League that they're currently in, which I expect them to do, they would obviously make the Champions League. And Bournemouth would leapfrog Liverpool depending on their results and also be Champions League. And Liverpool would end up in the Europa League spot.
So
there's still all to play for there because Bournemouth's on 55, and has 2 games left.
Oh, I'm sorry. Newcastle is in there too. So it's Chelsea, Fulham, Newcastle, Sunderland, and Everton are the 5, and then Leeds are just behind them. And Leeds could finish in the top 10.
Leeds could finish in the top 10. They are eliminated from European competition,
Yes.
though. But you have Liverpool on 59. You have Bournemouth on 55. You have Brighton on 53. And you have Brentford on 52. Now, Villa are guaranteed a European spot, period, on 62 points, no matter what. And I expect them to win the Europa League regardless. So I think they will have Champions League football.
Yeah, they will have Champions League football.
It'll take a miracle for them to not have Champions League football next season.
Agreed.
The one issue is Bournemouth and Villa are only separated by 2 goals on goal difference, and Bournemouth do have the game in hand tomorrow. So you've got a situation where should they beat City, that goal difference would close.
Yeah.
And then the final day of the season fucking matters.
Yep.
Right? Liverpool have a better goal differential than everyone on plus 10 currently. So if they win, they could knock Villa down to 5th, which would then help Bournemouth because the caveat is Villa, we think, will win the Europa League.
Yes.
And if they do that and finish in 5th, the
Sixth.
Champions League spot goes to 6th place.
Yep.
Correct.
And then 7th goes to Europa and 8th goes
And
to conference.
8th goes to conference. No.
8th goes to conference, yes.
Yeah, but isn't there a Europa League spot extra
That'll
somewhere?
end up going to Palace if they win.
What? Oh,
If
that's
Palace
right.
wins conference, they will go. Now,
For now, yeah. Because this has listed as 2 Europa League spots in the table currently.
so I want to finish this segment and get on to the next one. Here's where I'm at with you. There was
There's
a
not a
lot
lot to
of
talk about the
permutations.
rest of the league.
You know, there were some goals and shit, so there's at least that. And then Mo Salah decided to run his mouth. So
I didn't hear that bit.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it.
I can't wait.
It
I'm
was-
fucking
ooh.
trolling the other side
I'm
again.
a little surprised. In fact, I'm very surprised from what I heard from Mo Salah.
Right.
But the who are going to be the teams that finish 6th, 7th, and 8th? Do you think Brentford hold on to it because Brentford go to Liverpool, or do you think someone jumps them and finishes in that 8th place spot?
Who does Brentford have in the final game?
Brentford goes to Anfield.
Brentford goes to Anfield. And their center backs are not having a good time. It is Mo Salah's send-off, though. That's interesting. That throws a big deal into it.
We have Man U go to Brighton, Bournemouth go to Forest, Brentford head to Liverpool, and Sunderland host Chelsea.
So I think that hurts Brentford in the sense that I'm not sure I think if they got a 1 or 2-0 lead, they're going to sit on it. And they don't have the goals to overtake. They won't have the goals to overtake Bournemouth.
And the other one is Fulham and Newcastle play each other, and one of them could backdoor their way in.
No
I
one
don't think
cares.
Fulham.
That ain't Fulham.
Yeah,
It's not Fulham.
Here's who I'm thinking it in, and neither one of them deserve it, but it feels like the way it should go. Watch it be either Newcastle or Chelsea gets 8th place and
Gets
to
8th
fucking
place.
U.
Yeah, I don't necessarily
The
disagree
teams
with
that don't deserve it are going to be exactly the team that get bailed out of jail and get to go to Europe.
Right.
City won in the midweek. They won the FA Cup final, but it looks like time is running out on a Premier League title. Man City 3, Palace 0, Arsenal 1, Burnley 0. You could tell in the midweek that Pep was perfectly fine resting people. Like he was ready for the FA Cup final.
Which was strange, man, because Palace actually had some chances.
They've been in form.
They needed Donnarumma a fair few times. Now, ultimately, it ended up being a few moments of brilliance. One being Phil Foden's back heel for Semenyo's goal was fucking excellent. But there was a couple of very strange opportunities for Marmoush and Holland that just didn't come off.
Yeah.
It was just very, very weird.
The big one, they won 3-0. They did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, ultimately, at the end of the day, Palace had some chances, but City dealt with them and then dominated.
And I don't want to talk about it too long, but it's like, okay, fine. City won the FA Cup.
City winning 3-0 is like what 1-0 to the Arsenal was 30 years ago.
Right, but then on Saturday, they beat Chelsea in the FA Cup, and it's like, Chelsea, here's your chance to get into Europe. Like, you have,
right.
And that's what you put up as an effort in an FA Cup fucking final. And really, the only thing worth talking about was Semenyo's cheeky ass goal. That little.
It was a great goal.
That
was a great fucking goal.
It's like, okay, so.
I think Caicedo could have been sent off twice.
Oh, yes, agreed.
By getting 4 yellow cards.
Yes, yes, he just fell, and he was like, I'm gonna hurt somebody real bad.
Ripped Doku down by his trap. Right, he got lucky that he didn't accidentally grab a dread.
Yep,
he clattered into somebody, clapped the official. Right, there was a fair few. I think I can't remember who it was. I thought Cucurella did well to stay on the pitch.
Yeah,
he got his 1 yellow and then he backed off a little bit. But it was a really weird, chippy game, and Chelsea looked like they just came to fight and disrupt City's rhythm.
They looked like they did exactly what they did to Leeds. Like, it was just like, oh, we're suddenly like a lower table club, and
See,
we're
now
just
this
gonna,
is where I think this interim manager, obviously doesn't have any tactics.
right. It's Dunk. It's like what Dunk did when he was managing Everton. He went, we're going 4-4-2. We're playing 90s.
We're
fucking
playing
football.
hard, baby.
We're just going to beat the shit out, motherfuckers.
Right. Never back down. Double down.
Exactly. Then the other thing that's worth mentioning here for Chelsea is just they don't. I'm glad to see that they didn't get the win. Right?
Are you fine with the VAR controversies? There's a couple potential penalties that went to VAR in Chelsea's favor.
Yes.
I think the referees got them just about right.
Yeah. I'm having my own issues with VAR as a whole, and I think it was said very well by the commentary team in today's match, is that the goalpost keeps seemingly moving what the standards are from game to game, not even week to week. And it's just getting out of hand where there's just too many excuses to be made, right? Even when they get it right, like, you're still left going, well, you never fucking call that any of the time. Like,
yeah, but that's the nature of inconsistency.
Yeah, I mean,
you just described inconsistency, which is the overall problem.
Right, and that's what I'm saying is that it seems to be changing, not even on like it's like a 2 or 3 week run. It seems to be changing from game to game how they perceive what is a foul and what isn't a foul. And we'll go ahead and get right into yours. You look great until after you scored the goal, and then it seemed like you didn't want to fucking score another goal.
They did that weird thing where they dropped off again.
And Havertz is fucking lucky. Should have been a red. Spikes were up and they were in his fucking heel. That gets called a red all fucking season.
So Rob and I talked about this. We both think it potentially
it's a red.
Could have easily been a red card.
Now, allow me to say the following, and then I'm going to let you kind of go because it's your game and your team, okay? It wouldn't have fucking mattered. Burnley would have never gotten a shot on goal being up a man, let alone getting a shot on goal at all, because you know what? They didn't get a shot on goal.
Right.
It wasn't like you being down to 10 men was going to change the game. You were going to win.
And I believe...
But Havertz should have saw red.
I believe that happened after Havertz's goal anyway, didn't it?
Yeah. You were already up 1-0.
Yeah,
it was the second half when that happened.
So we would have still won 1-0.
He was cheeky. He should have seen red.
What Rob
it called a red every fucking time this season.
So there was some consistency is what you're saying. Because you just laid out the fact that there is no consistency.
And then not to call it a red here is inconsistency.
Oh, good. So we're on the same page then, because that's the nature of different human beings refereeing the same game, which is why VAR exists, right? And then, big surprise, the English overcomplicate things and fuck it off.
Yeah,
we've been talking about this for years.
Yeah,
we've been talking about this for years, and that consistency. They need better training. They need to get on the same page with some of this stuff, and it's really hard because everybody wants, and it's the absolute truth. Everyone wants consistency. Everyone wants it to be black and white. Saka should have had a penalty, in my opinion.
Yeah, he got him. He got clipped.
Yeah, and that little toe to the ball happens after Saka strikes his leg, which he's not allowed to do as Saka's in a kicking motion.
Yep.
Yeah, so that should have been a penalty. It's been a penalty all season. Well, there you go. I'm not complaining about it because I still came out on top.
Yeah.
Everybody else is complaining because, fucking Arsenal's fans are on the internet again. Go fuck yourselves.
Dude.
Here's the thing. You have human beings, right, who are inherently fallible. You have a system that is meant to be objective being applied to a subjective game. Right? A lot of the laws are, quote unquote, open to interpretation. The black and white laws are offsides, ball cross the line for a goal, right? Those are the black and white rules. Those are the easy technology able to be done. I think VAR should be scrapped.
I agree.
And it's benefited me. Right?
That's what I was going to get to. That I'm in the world where I just think it should be gone. It hasn't helped.
But you can't overlay an objective system to a subjective thing.
Right.
Especially when you have human beings with varying opinions watching the same shit, because that subjectivity creeps into all of it.
Whereas NFL, it's a black and white decision.
All of
It's
them are
very
black and white
easy.
decisions.
It's very easy.
Except
This
for
is
the
rules.
except for the ones that they miss also, like
Right.
that pass interference call that should have been called in the anyway.
Yeah.
So it's nothing's first off, nothing's ever going to be perfect. Nothing's ever going to be happy.
Right.
And that it just, you have to end it there. But the fact that you fucked up 10 things, you got one thing right. So you can say, yes, you're still a jackass, but you have to go, you see what you did there? Try to do that more often.
Right.
Right. So you can't be mad at him for getting it right.
Oh, no.
You got to go, hey, practice doing that shit.
Going back to last week, that was great. But in this instance, it was wrong.
So
You got it wrong.
So I've been trying to tell you, this is what me and Rob were saying. The only thing that may have saved him is the actual force with which the tackle was put in. He wasn't running at speed. He was also behind him, so the contact was relatively minimal. Now, the contact was high, and it looked like his studs were up. That's fair dues.
It's not even a looks like.
That's fair dues.
Studs went into his calf.
That's fair dues. But he wasn't running at pace and cleaned him out. Referee was right on the spot as well. Saw it. Gave him a yellow. The VAR checked it. Havertz goes, yeah, you're right. It was a yellow. No problem. Helps him up. The player wasn't even super mad about it. How many times do we see a player lose a ball or try to recover, especially a forward player? Here's more subjectivity. Forward players are shit tacklers. Yeah.
Hey, Mel.
I'm not trying to justify it. What I'm saying is, how many times is this subjectivity? How many times is this subjectivity played out? Forward players are given leeway when tackling. Yes or
velocity. Force of velocity is what it's going to be from now on. So for next year,
Answer me the question. I'm asking you the question.
No, not when it spikes.
How many times are forward players given leeway in tackling?
In the last 2 seasons, when it spikes up,
name the forwards.
Card.
Name the forwards.
I can't.
Right, because
name all the forwards that get it on your end, then, dumbass.
I'm just saying,
You're
forwards are always
excuses for
I'm
yourself.
not making excuses.
It was a red
I'm trying
card,
to explain
and
the
it
decision.
Still wouldn't have changed the fucking outcome of the game.
I'm trying to explain the decision, if I can, in the mind of somebody else who's also got a subjective view of it.
Well, this is your world. You live in this world where you have to convince me, and you need me
I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just trying to ask you.
Then understand, I don't agree with you. It was a fucking red card, and what VAR should be, goal line decision, technology for offsides. That's all there should be.
I'm not saying I disagree that it was probably a red.
It was a red.
What I'm saying is that there are subjective things that affect these people's decision making, and this was probably the 2 things that may have done that. The fact that he's a forward player and that he didn't lunge at him, and that's all. The force in which he hit him with is what I'm saying.
There you go, boys.
Because Kuzma,
and velocity,
you know
is
what?
what's going to determine all fouls from now on.
Kuzma for Man City could have been sent off 4 times this season, once against Kai Havertz, and he wasn't.
Force and velocity.
And that changed the result of that game.
Force
and
that,
velocity. Do you hear what I'm saying to you?
Force and velocity.
Do you hear what I'm saying to you? And that's a defender. So that subjectivity was played out in Manchester City's favor 4 fucking times,
and it got
for
played,
little crybaby Kuzmanov.
And it got played out in your favor this week.
Right, great. Once.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good.
I'm telling
Once.
you, it made no difference on the game.
Once to 4 times.
Been playing with,
come on.
You could have been playing with
it's a bollocks argument. The whole thing is a bollocks argument.
You could have been playing with
because
8 guys.
it's a bollocks system, it's a bollocks argument.
Okay, great.
We're arguing about something that's bullshit in general, which we agree on.
You could have been playing with 8 guys, and you know what Burnley
Probably so.
You know what Burnley wouldn't have done? Gotten a shot on target.
Probably so. You're probably right.
What would have been nice, though, is if you guys actually scored some fucking goals and stopped making it so goddamn squeaky bum time.
It would have been nice. But we don't do that.
Because I'll tell you what.
We don't do that. But I'm sick and tired of people fucking go, Arsenal's the only people that benefit from this. Bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
I didn't say those words.
I hate that. Everybody's been saying it all goddamn day. I hate it.
I didn't say those words. I simply said your guy deserved a red card. It was a red card.
And I'm saying that this is maybe what the referee was thinking.
Okay.
That's all I said. I agreed that it was probably a red card.
Stressing out the chats.
They're having fun with it.
Mommy, daddy, stop fighting. Holy shit, Mel, throw in the towel. Hey, Graham, you got now a shit paper book to write this stuff into. By the way, apparently you should read what your book is made out of.
I did. Handmade recycled paper.
Recycled toilet paper.
Waste and post-consumer pay. Oh, fuck. They were pulped to perfection by the elephants of Sri Lanka.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I'm writing this. I can't read it because of the sticker. It has a...
Here.
Hold on. It has a journey. Oh, it's not going to let me... I got it. I'm going to have to open it.
All
it's
right.
this. No, it's... It says eat poop is all I can read. We have to read it now. It just says eat poop Houston.
Good. There you
Sorry.
go.
No, it says eat poop, boil and sanitize, pulp, which I don't know what that means. Clean, odorless, eco-friendly, acid-free paper. And now I've got poop on my hands. Thank you.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Rounding out the rest of the league, and so that happened. Villa 4, Liverpool 2, Newcastle 3.
So that happened 6 goals.
Yeah. Newcastle 3, West Ham 0, the fucking the relegation battle. Manchester United 3, Forest 2, 5 goals. Wolves 1, Fulham 1.
There are more goals than this than there were in the first 5 games.
Yeah, but the stories are the first 5 games.
Well, of course.
The Villa actually truly dominate. It was a goal like a bucket.
It was a girl's dream.
It was a girl's dream.
She muted herself to talk into the microphone. Brilliant.
Bookend goals from Van Dijk, and one was right at the death. I mean, Villa dominated
Completely. And Ollie Watkins, when did he start his villain arc? He was angry. He was angry.
When I started the anybody but Watkins hashtag.
That was it.
He got upset in that game. That was pretty good. I've not seen that from him.
His balls
And
dropped.
Right. And I think it's partially because he's 29, I think, 28, 29. He's still got a baby face, obviously, right? So you don't really expect it from him. But he was on his fucking shit.
Yeah. Yeah. When the baby face comes out, you're just like, oh, you're
look
so
at you.
pretty and cute.
Bagged a beautiful brace, though, from him. And he was playing rough as well. He's throwing people around, too.
We're going to keep this moving along. Salah, after the match, said Liverpool need to get back to being, full metal football, heavy metal football.
Oh, old Slotty fucked this up, huh?
Yeah,
Did he?
yeah.
I love that. Love that.
And now, because he called out Slot, everybody's the talk is
We probably could have kept him if you got rid of him.
Is Slot going to be a dick and not start him at Anfield for the final game of the season? Because
maybe Mo did it on purpose. He don't want to play.
Well, because frankly, that's okay to do as a coach. If you get called out by a player in the fucking it's okay for
That's
them
what
to
started
bench.
this whole thing.
It is okay to bench your ass on that. And
Remember,
no other players are going to get angry if you do it.
Right before the Africa Cup of Nations, this is what started this whole debacle to begin with.
Yep.
In addition to Salah's very poor performances this season.
Salah hasn't played well.
Don't forget that.
Yes, Salah has not played good
But you
footy.
still don't voice your frustrations in the media
Right.
about your boss. Right.
Well, especially when you're the one who's normally been kind of the gold standard of how to behave and
Exactly.
the stalwart of the team and seen them to the 2 titles and also not for nothing. What was it that got them their title last year? Was Slot taking that heavy metal football and going,
Keep doing this a little bit.
calm it
but
down
just,
some.
Just have a touch of class about it.
Yeah, watch what you're doing. You're leaving yourself exposed. And that won them a title in all fairness.
Right. So the other thing that this throws up in the air at the moment, right, is all the links of Xabi Alonso because he's available. Now, there's been 2 separate leaks, right, that are contradicting, obviously. Chelsea are said to be in talks with Xabi Alonso's organization of agents. You then also have Xabi Alonso's camp leaking. He's going to consider the Chelsea job, probably, but he's really holding out to see if Liverpool make a decision. Then if Liverpool kind of sticking by their guns, saying, yeah, we expect Arne Slot to be in charge at the start of the season. Well, if they lose a club legend who's widely regarded as a phenomenal coach and probably somebody the Liverpool players would respect because they obviously don't respect Arne Slot or can't implement his tactics or whatever they are, you lose out somebody that could potentially fix Chelsea. And that leaves you outside the top 4.
It does.
because Villa's good.
Villa's very good.
Villa is good now. Like there's no like we're now 4 seasons running with European football.
Yeah.
So they're part of the conversation every season until they prove otherwise.
And United are kind of back. Like
I mean, they're in third place. They're the form team of the league.
Yeah,
they're the form team of the league the second half of the season.
Let's see who they are next year when they have Champions League and everything to balance. Can they do it all?
One of the best jokes I heard about this was nobody should want Xavi Alonso to manage him because he prefers a back three. This is how much damage Ruben Amorim did in England playing a back three.
Yeah.
As a society, England has abandoned the thought that a back three can work because of Ruben Amorim.
Right.
And they're now judging the coaching credentials of Xabi fucking Alonso, who did an entire season unbeaten in the Bundesliga, beating Bayern Munich to the title.
Yes.
Because he prefers to play a back three. A back three.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's football fans are fickle, man.
They are.
There's nothing else you could do about it. But I think the Liverpool supporters, if Liverpool start off, if they stick with Slot and they start off next season 4 or 5, games, and they're in 8th, it's going to be very toxic. And if Xabi Alonso's in charge of Chelsea and is sitting in 2nd, big issues there.
And then the other thing that happened
big
today too, the rumors being circulated is Pep is calling it quits at the end of the season, and Maresca's already being slotted to take over. So, like, there's a lot that's about to happen. And do they keep Carrick? Do they go after somebody different? Like, there's a lot of questions.
Ton of issues going on, man. There really is a ton of this managerial merry-go-round is going to be massive this summer because it looks like the only 2 people in the world that want Jose Mourinho to go back to Real Madrid are Florentino Perez and fucking George Mendes. George Mendes, funnily enough, also the agent of Xabi Alonso, also the agent of somebody I can't remember, Felipe Luis, who's also managing now, former Chelsea player, who is I think 3rd in the betting for, no, longer than that. I think he might be 6th or 7th in the betting to take over at Chelsea. You also have Adoni Iraola's name popping up. Glasner's still not signed to anybody, although for all intents and purposes, people believe he's going to go back to Germany.
Right.
But you have these very well-respected managers that seem to be doing very well that could be going into things. Does Newcastle stick with Howe?
That's exactly what I was about to get to because the Irons do not seem to want to help themselves.
Oh, bro. At least 2 of those goals were West Ham's fault.
If ever there's an opportunity, like, yes, St. James's Park is a difficult place to play in. During our relegation fight, guess where one of the places we won on the road was? St. James's Park. Like, Newcastle's a wounded animal. They're barely hoping to hold on to being in a European spot. And they're holding on to maybe they're going to have their coach. Maybe they're going to have half of their team next year. They don't fucking know. They just don't fucking know. And all you had to do was just go play smart football. Smart football. Get out with a fucking draw. And like you said, a couple of those goals were their fault. They looked awful. They
were terrible. Newcastle, Willis Sula's first goal was brilliant fucking work from Newcastle. Good football, got down a pitch. West Ham didn't really have an answer for it. It was just good. The first goal and the third goal were completely West Ham's fault. And Newcastle, I mean, obviously still had to finish the chance, but the chance was completely presented to them by West Ham.
Yeah.
You find yourself 2-0 down inside 14 and a half minutes. I'm sorry, inside 18, 19 minutes. Find yourself 2-0 down. What are you going to do? Now, Nick Pope had to make a couple of saves. West Ham did calm down after that. And then the third goal, Willis Sula's second, was just fantastic work from Newcastle. You then end up in a situation where 3-0 down with 20 minutes to go, and Tati Castellano scores this amazing fucking just instinctual finish. And it's too little too late, and you walk away with a terrible -2 goal differential on the day, which puts you were already probably out of touch at -12, but now you're -14.
And you've lost 3 in a row, And
that's minus 14 to
Tottenham, right,
not minus 14 overall.
Who, if Tottenham at least get a point against Chelsea, there then has to be a 14 goal differential swing between West Ham playing Leeds, which, I mean, that could be a bunch of goals, but Everton and Tottenham
scored by Leeds probably.
It's not going to be a ton of goals. It's just not.
No,
it's not. Like,
I mean, it could be because De Zerbi's got them purring at the moment.
So West Ham now are sitting there, and they need to, like,
it's bad news bears, man.
They need Tottenham to lose. Tottenham has to lose at Chelsea. Now, Tottenham loves to lose at Chelsea. They love to lose at Chelsea.
Chelsea look like shit, and Spurs have won 3 on the bounce.
And but also though for Chelsea, the only chance at Europe now is to win your next 2. You have to win at home against Spurs in the midweek, and then you have to go to Sunderland, who is right there level with you on points.
Oh yeah,
and you have to beat Sunderland at the Stadium Light.
Yeah.
Oh, do now they fucking care? Like they've had chance after chance after chance to show that they could just care and give a shit, and have stumbled and fallen at every spot. So I feel like they're going to do it again.
It's fair to them that they had a tough run-in, and they needed the job done prior to this. And they slipped up once or twice where they shouldn't have. A win became a draw, 6 weeks ago, whatever it was, where, and they had a chance to really put Tottenham to the sword, and they didn't.
Yeah.
And Tottenham had a relatively easy run-in comparatively, and just... they got the right manager at the right time for that moment, and got it done despite losing. Remember, Solanke and Xabi Simons to what looked like long-term injuries again.
Exactly,
and still managed a way to get over the line. And for all the things that he did turn around when it finally took hold. Don't forget the December they had still under Nuno. You found yourself in a reason for this. Like again. Mark texted me today, which is part of the reason I was upset. Oh, it's fucking VAR again. Fuck you. And then going, you're going to win the title, but you're so boring to watch. It was like, does that matter when my name's on the trophy?
Right.
He goes, you've just been watching your team all season, so you're mesmerized. I was like, yeah, from September to December, we were fucking dope.
Yeah.
We were awesome.
Yeah.
We didn't allow a shot on target in October.
Yeah.
So the work that you do at the beginning of the season matters.
Get you to the finish line.
Right. And Nuno was in charge from the 4th game of the season or 5th game of the season, whatever it was.
For a very long time.
And their results didn't improve. It looked like he didn't care. People were calling for his head.
Yep, exactly.
So, where Arsenal probably won the title was then, and where West Ham were getting relegated is from that exact same period.
Exactly. We always say you can't win the title in the first couple of months, but you sure as hell can.
Absolutely can lose it. 100%.
United and Forest was entertaining as hell.
Yeah.
It was an entertaining game. And here's the funny part. Bruno ties the assist record. Everybody in the stands, everybody on Forest, everyone on United knew that every time the ball was on Bruno's foot, he was trying to pass it for an assist. And United players fucked it off like 5-6 times until he finally got the one.
Yeah.
They were skying him. They're putting him wide. But every single time Bruno touched the ball, the whole team, everybody was just like, yeah, we're not going to cover you. We're just going to fall back on the guy that we know you want to pass it to.
Yeah. Can I also mention the stat that was pulled up? He only has 8 assists from open play. Right? 8 assists from open play. So everything else has been set piece, corners, free kicks, whatever. You know how many Thierry Henry's 20 were from open play? All 20.
All 20, okay.
All 20.
Very good.
Because when he got a set piece, he fucking shot it because he's a goddamn goat.
And this is why everybody else hates fucking Arsenal supporters.
Everybody, this is another fucking this. Set piece FC. Look what fucking Bruno Fernandes is doing. Everybody's wanking him off. All he did was tie the record. He doesn't own the record.
Forrest stuck around. That's the best thing you could say. They were already safe. You know what? They stuck around. They made it tough.
Can we get a mention for Luke Shaw real quick?
That was a good call.
When he doesn't score often.
No.
But when he does, they're fucking humdingers.
They're fucking bangers. They're fucking bangers.
That opened proceedings as well.
Yep.
And Embuemo playing a whole nother sport.
Yes, exactly.
Playing hockey. Consistency. VAR.
And finally, Wolves got a point, but they honestly should have gotten all 3.
Fulham were horrific.
Yeah, they were so bad. They
I
were
don't
horrific,
know how-
and the draw has put them into the hunt for a European spot. They could still get into Europe. They're not, but they could still get into
They'd
Europe.
be in a much better spot if they won the fucking game.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's Wolves, so I can't get up for it, said Marco Silva.
Sure money.
The odds aren't up, right? Mm-hmm. Still?
No, they're not up.
They're still not up. So we're going to have to do a TikTok on Friday.
Yep, Thursday and Friday we'll have to do TikToks. Yes, because obviously we want to bet all 10 games. They will not put up odds for West Ham Leeds or Tottenham Everton until Chelsea and Tottenham play.
Right.
I will say what I had picked for the first 8 legs was plus $1,069,999.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, it's a bunch of fucking crazy ass draws.
Okay. Okay. Good. Yeah, so I have a correction to make. When I was away, I fucked up. I was up 987, not whatever it was I told you it was. So after the 2 weeks, I'm only up 787 because both of my bets lost.
Right.
So that's my official right now is I'm only up 787.
Alrighty.
That's my correction.
I am down $2,767.
You need that cool million.
Yeah, so this would be me fucking with you again. I don't feel like I should be pressing that button for those kind of numbers, but...
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
Did you know that 5.714285714% of the time works 100% of the time, baby?
Round that up.
No.
So make sure you're watching the Tiki Talkies at DU Football Show on all the social medias, and you'll see our bets for the weekend. And
9-way parlay.
it's actually 10 legs. Yeah. We do it at the end of every season. We try to do a 10-leg parlay.
Well, you do it. This is my first go
Oh, that
round.
is your first time.
I can
tell you now you've already fucked it.
Oh, yeah. I just fucking pick crazy shit every week and just hope for the $100,000 payout.
Right. So,
This
yeah,
time a
that's
$1
exactly.
million
I'm sure
payout.
I'll have somewhere around $300,000 or $400,000 odds, and I will put $1 on it just because that'll be $4,000.
Yep.
But it won't hit.
Alrighty,
'cause it
Mr.
never
Graham.
does.
That's going to wrap it up, boys and girls. Any parting words?
Yeah, I have one thing.
And then I got something after you, but go ahead.
It's not Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, is it? Do you know about this?
No, I do not.
He's been dropped from Marseille's lineup for the remainder. He's suspended for the remainder of the season. They were said to have phoned in their last performance, so don't know why. Don't know how you can do it, but apparently they can force the team to sleep. Sleep at the training ground. Not allowed to return to their families.
Wow.
And 36-year-old seasoned veteran Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang decided with 10 other players, and he was leading the charge, to essentially throw a party in the training ground and then run down a corridor with a fire extinguisher, break into the room of one of the coaches that was responsible for enforcing the curfew at the training ground, and douse him with the fire hose along with all of his belongings.
Wow.
As, I guess, a prank.
Yeah. Well,
And
Aubameyang's been known to be a bit of
prick.
Yeah.
He's
bit
a
of
prick.
Yeah.
He's a prick.
Very much so.
I'd rather, at this, I can't tell you how happy I am Mikel Arteta bombed him out the squad. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, hearing all the things that he's gotten up to since he left, it's like, you're a fucking moron, dude. You did it to yourself.
You know, as we have completed the EFL show, we have our promotion finals coming up all at Wembley.
Maybe.
Yes, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
That's the last one I'm going to talk
Heard.
about
All right.
because that's the most important one for
I
this
gotcha,
show.
I gotcha.
League 2, Notts County will be playing Salford on Monday. On Sunday, when all the other games are playing, League 1 will have Bolton versus Stockport. We obviously
Okay.
have a rooting interest
We
for
want
Bolton
Bolton to
to
come
get
up,
up.
yep.
Although Stockport got up, they're one of those teams that kind of had the meteoric rise with Wrexham, so that wouldn't necessarily
Be a bad thing. Yeah.
The final for the final spot to the Premier League, the championship playoff final, which is going to be as many of us know, the richest game in all of football, one of the most expensive games in sport. It will be on Saturday before the final week of the season. As of right now, it is Hull City facing Southampton. It may not be Southampton because of the betting scandal, Mr. Graham.
And the more detail about this, the spying scandal.
The spying scandal, the cheating scandal. That's what I meant.
The best piece of this is it was Bielsa's leads in the PowerPoint presentation about how he went about spying that put a rule in place that spying was illegal.
Yes.
And because it was illegal, you could have a sporting sanction and not just a fine. You could have a sporting sanction. You have a victory stripped from you.
Right.
Because of that. Now, the second leg of that semifinal rather, was only won 2-0.
Right.
If the first leg becomes a 3-0 forfeit, Middlesbrough?
No, Middlesbrough.
I'm sorry, Middlesbrough will advance 3-2 on aggregate.
And they're hearing it, I think Wednesday? They're going to finally make the determination?
I think it's Wednesday.
So it could be Southampton?
And just like all things European, there can always be appealed to the Court for Arbitration of Sport. So even if we get it, and then we get the playoff final, we still might not know.
Right. If Hull City does not win outright, it could be Southampton wins, and then they lose their appeal, and then do you replay the game with Middlesbrough and Hull
July?
City?
With some players potentially at the World Cup for their smaller nations?
Don't know.
I am very excited to see how this plays out. This is very African football.
Yes.
Senegal are still appealing their loss.
Yeah, no shit. You mean the AFCON that they won?
Appealing the lost decision. The AFCON they won. That was then given to Morocco based on an appeal.
I'm still referring to it as the one they won because they fucking won it. Yeah. Very simple, Morocco. Don't try to do a Panenka and be fucking cute. If you just took a normal penalty, you'd have won the game. Wouldn't have been a problem.
Also, don't be too proud and leave the field.
Exactly.
But it's brilliant. This I couldn't be more excited for this. I can't wait for the text from Kenny.
Yep.
I anticipate he's going to be on the steps of the courthouse.
Oh, yeah.
Ready to deliver me the verdict as soon as he sees it. It's very exciting.
I'm very intrigued to see how this all goes.
It's very, very exciting.
And frankly, sorry, Kenny, I'm 100% rooting for fucking Hull now. I would a little bit of me would have been happy to see your team be back up, but just with all this shit, Hull, fucking Hull. And the good news, Mr. Graham, Everton will be deducted 10 points for this whole fiasco.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Oh, next up is injury time, where we're going to talk about the beers we were drinking, checking on our adopted club, and more importantly, the chicanery that happened in Scotland.
Which also is up for grabs. Still.
Yes. Hey, newsflash, everybody, the bad guys did it again.
But there's a problem.
Yes, I know.
Okay,
We'll get to it. We'll get to it on injury time.
And then we're going to talk about a bunch of games that don't matter.
Yeah.
And 2 that do.
Well, there's a couple.
3 that do.
There are a bunch. You'd be surprised. The teams that are facing each other are all in that little hunt.
Who cares about anyone's first time in Europe?
Okay, very good. And should you want to support...
It usually ends up with failed... stuff at the bar.
So should you want to support the show or listen to this show ad-free, how do you go about doing that, Mr. Graham?
You do it at patreon.com/DFootballShow. Sign up to that $1 $5 tier. You get all the extra content, and you don't get to hear an ad in the middle of me and Sam yelling at each other.
If you're local, come by and see us at the Guinness Factory on the final game of the season. And other than that, till next week, everybody.
Good night.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston. Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Smells of a lord. Looks great in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! United!
VAR just came back. Sam's the cunt.